First, let's look at problem 1. Write all the steps leading to answers. An LTI system with input xn and output yn has impulse response hn equals sigma n minus 2 times sigma n minus 1 minus 3 times sigma n minus 3. First, let's look at question A. It needs us to find a difference equation that represents the system. Normally, we need to do this by the transform, but since the problem is quite easy, the hn looks easy, so we can just calculate this by using convolution, and is yn equals xn minus 2 times x n minus 1 minus 3 times x n minus 3. And that's it for problem A. So let's look at problem B. If the input is xn equals root 2 times cosine pi over 2 times n plus pi over 4. First, we need to calculate, we can get hz easily, which equals to 1 minus 2 to the 2 times z to the power of minus 1 minus 3 times z to the power of minus 3. Then we replace z by ej omega. So we have h ej omega equals to 1 minus 2 times e to the power of minus j omega minus 3 times e to the power of minus j times 3 omega. Then let's look at xn. xn equals this, and so we need to times the so the omega equals to pi over 2. So we just put it in, and it equals to the h ej omega equals to 1 minus 2 times e to the power of minus j times pi over 2 minus 3 times e to the power of minus j times 3 times pi over 2, which equals 1 plus 2j minus 3j, which equals to 1 minus j. And let's draw this on paper, which equals to a unit circle, and 1 is this, and j is this, and 1 minus j, that's this. So it equals to root 2 times e to the power of minus j times pi over 4. So what does that mean? That means we need to, this root 2, we need to multiply this by root 2, which means the first part of the sentence is 2. So C and E is not right. So let's look at the letter one, e to the power of minus j times 4 pi over 4. That means it needs to be an angle with 45 degrees, and let's look at this. So pi over 4 plus pi over 4 is pi over 2. So that's it. That's it for problem B.